Hello everyone, and welcome to English 1510, Comp 1. This is the Week 1 overview. There are a couple of things to cover here for everyone starting this week. And if this is, you're tuning in here on this for a face-to-face section, just note this is just posted at the opening of the week as a convenience. The remainder of the content there will be reviewed in class for any particulars. For the online students, this is going to be the overview that you get each week. You're going to have a 10 to 15 minute video that launches on Mondays, anytime between 6 and 8 p.m. And then for the remainder of the semester, those will launch on those Mondays. And there will also be some additional videos that are in the files for each one of the assignment pieces as we go along. For individual assignment pieces. Not all of them will have videos. Main things here are to familiarize yourself with the D2L course homepage, noting where everything's at on the page. Everyone should have already done your D2L course, so making sure that you understand compatibility and functionality of the course site and how things are submitted and completed. The main thing here for us this week is to make sure that you've reviewed these opening portions here. The course assignment, curriculum, reading schedule. This opens in 4 different sections. Your weeks 1 through 4 are open down here. We have week 1 overview. Your video will be posted here, and this will move to the top of the page. And then down here you can see as the schedule goes along, you got week 1, here's the reading schedule, and along with the assignments that are due for this week. The first thing is going to be doing the FERPA and academic honesty forms, the short diagnostic essay that everyone has to write. That's a diagnostic piece for me to gauge people's placement and anything that's needed in terms of sentence level issues and ASC tutoring recommendations. Please remember that in the syllabus throughout the term, at least 1 ASC tutoring session is required for all students. For several students, usually a little over half nowadays, I usually make more recommendations than that, so that if you need sentence level issues addressed, grammar, mechanics, punctuation, and style, a little bit of that gets touched on in the feedback on these, but not as extensive as some students need. So those students, I will make recommendations for ASC tutoring if you need additional instruction and help on those. The class 1, the first discussion board on here is just introductory thing, introducing yourself to your classmates. And then as you see, as you go through these are all going to be different things that are due throughout the weeks, including with the reading. The textbook information that was launched there and sent to everyone, it's the same. I have several editions I can work with. I will continue to post for at least the 3rd and the 4th. I haven't gotten anything from students at the 2nd, but be that as it may, we'll see how that goes. You'll also note that on this scheduling here, you got a couple of different things on here. This setup here is for the online course only. Students in class face-to-face will have a similar one. There's just slight different notation on those. Schedule below is tentative because it's subject to change. And once writing assignments are underway, submissions of some of the pre-writing and outlining things might overlap. So each week an overview video will be posted. But you'll see that down here you do start to have some overlap on these weeks. Part of that is an overlap between you having an additional time for final drafting on things, where most of the time you have 1 week between assignments and the start of the semester, but with the final drafting on the memoir, you get 2 weeks after the rough draft is due before the final is due. That's so that you can get through your discussion board that we'll post up here in week 3. Getting through the discussion board pieces and also getting some type of at least posted feedback from me on those, on what the grade is and what you should be addressing overall before you finalize a final draft. So make sure you keep up with those reading schedules. There are a couple of different resource pieces down here. The MLA formatting. Everyone must MLA format all assignments this semester. Make sure that you remember that you have to have Microsoft Word or some type of compatible software for submissions. The system does not accept Pages in terms of Mac software, so don't try using those. We make only a guarantee between Microsoft Word documents and our systems. That is 365. I do know that most students can use Google Docs and export as Word. It usually is readable by the system, but I can't make a guarantee on that. The main thing, though, is following through on MLA formatting. So make sure that you watch through this video. It's about a 3-minute thing on MLA formatting. It's also covered in your textbook information through the reading, so make sure that you're up to date on those. For students who do need additional aid on punctuation and mechanics, there's a punctuation guide website here that's linked. These are all very easy to follow. You'll note that in the content folder for the class, I also have an instructional piece that's listed down here as well. Basic Punctuation Mechanics Overview. This is a simple 3-page resource for you guys on the basics. It covers those in abbreviated form from everything that's on here as well. This is a bit more extensive. If you need more information on these, you can see that's far more extensive per punctuation mark. Excuse me, but those are all covered there. I have some videos that get assigned throughout the term and some for assistance for students who get recommendations about coordination and subordination. Those videos are down here. So if I make reference to those in your work, those resources are listed. You just go down to the coordination subordination overview, click on the video if I've recommended one of these for you, and it will take you right to the page on the video for that. Sorry about that commercial, but it'll take you through the coordination and subordination if you need those aid on those. There are additional pieces down here that I'll refer to throughout the term, but if there's ever a time where you have something that you don't understand, more than likely one of the resources down here is of value for you in terms of something you have to edit or revise. Now, for the opening week here, the main thing is just the initial documents for the semester. You have your FERPA form, your academic honesty form. Those need to be filled out and signed. You can type those. You can click on these, click on your FERPA form, download it. You can type that information in and then submit it. Just make sure that you note those need to be submitted by the 15th. The academic honesty form and this one, and then the diagnostic piece, why are you going to college? I have those open on there. I know that part of the schedule on one of them had them slightly off from those. They opened today and then they're due on Sunday. I'm fine with getting all of them on Sunday. I had them originally for some students on the academic honesty form and FERPA form on Friday. By Sunday is fine. Just make sure that I get the diagnostic piece as well. It's a short essay about why you're going to school, and make sure that it is in MLA format. There's a sample piece, there's a sample layout again there for MLA formatting basics. So make sure that you follow along with those. Class introductions, that's the first discussion board for the semester. It's just you introducing yourself to the class. By the end of week 1, I will post grades to these things, and I will do my best to keep up on reviewing what is posted in these discussion boards. I can't always engage on a daily basis because of the course load and how many different students I do have, but I will do my best to at least touch base and make sure that those are up to date and monitored throughout the term. The first one, as I said, is this class introductory piece. There'll be another one that comes up then that's for the memoir, on your rough draft peer reviews, and then rhetorical analysis as well. You'll see that the assignment schedule in your calendar, upcoming events. If you don't see the drop-down menu here, just click on this so that you see all these different pieces in the upcoming assignments. It's already posted up through the entirety of the term, so you should be able to see everything that's due for you this semester. I might make slight adjustments, but I would never do that without announcing it to the class as a whole, posting it on D2L and sending messages. You can always look at the full assignment layout. Excuse me. If I do it in student view for you guys so you see exactly what you guys are looking at. If you go here under assignments, you should see the full layout of what you have this semester and what the starting and due dates are. The primary assignments here, as also listed in the content folder in your syllabus. You got these main pieces, these smaller pieces that will go into your participation and attendance grade. Diagnostic is a writing piece on its own, and then memoir, the memoir paper itself, the rhetorical analysis, and then the research paper. Those are going to be the 3 primaries on top of the diagnostic that you write for the semester. You'll also see the grades that correspond to these different things throughout the term. Your diagnostic, everything that goes under attendance and participation, course forms throughout the term, including your discussion board grades and the points that you get there. Memoir, rhetorical analysis, and research. You'll see the research paper gets pretty extensive, so we have a good deal of time that we take on that. Just note that that's broken up over several weeks, and you do get more time on those pieces at the end of the term. Make sure that you guys have reviewed everything on here. Again, the first week assignments are these 3 pieces here, along with the course class introductory. If I don't get contact, if you're an online student, if I don't get anything from you within the first, I think it's about 10 days. It's 10 days to 2 weeks. If I don't get information that's gradable work from students by that time, I do have to mark you as a non-attendant student. So make sure that you are in here right away and doing the work. It's not the instructor's responsibility to chase the students around. It's vice versa on this, okay? So one of the things to note on this is about the textbook. I can accommodate any of the Writing Today editions. I use this because it's a used book that's been around for a long time. There's not a version in the OCC bookstore, as far as I know. They can get some of those, but I don't go through the bookstore on those. You can find these online. For I checked before class again. I still saw brief editions for less than $5 plus shipping. So these are 3 images of some of them that can be accommodated. This is the most recent on the 4th edition. These are some brief editions from 2nd and 3rd. You guys can find these fairly inexpensively online. You know, I sent that out in email. Hopefully everybody already ordered those. Get those as soon as possible. Reading does start this week, and then next week you're writing based off of those. So make sure that you've reviewed that content there. In the content itself, the main thing to make sure that you understand here is syllabus and some of the documents here that are for you guys that are supplemental pieces throughout the term. The general grading rubric on this, in terms of these, remember that throughout the semester you will get percentages on drafts, but you don't necessarily get a full feedback file on everything. There are certain things I do where I give full feedback. Some it's just a posted grade along with the primary overall commentary. This is a B paper, or this is this percentage paper because you don't meet these basic requirements. Make sure that you remember this piece is in here. If you score in one of the categories of the 90% to 99, you're in this area. If it's 80 through 89, you're a B paper. 70 through 79 C. Below that is a non-passing. These are the things that are marked on here as draft response for general grading rubric. So remember, if you get something on a draft stage where you're also doing peer review with your classmates, but your percentage for me is a posted one of these, or a posted grade with basic commentary, this is the stuff that I'm referring to on there. So make sure you remember this piece is in here. I haven't changed that in the last couple of years because it still works very well. I will give full feedback files on several of the documents throughout the term, including some sentence level things at the beginning of the semester. But that's mostly with the diagnostic to make the recommendations about ASC. Now, the syllabus, it is every student's responsibility to make sure you've read through and understood the syllabus. This posted up here is for the online asynchronous. There will be a slight change to this in terms of office hours. Particularly, I will not have anything on Thursday now that is not by appointment. I will have the Monday and I will have the Tuesday. You'll see that change this week with the syllabus that's posted in here for online. For face-to-face, it's already been adjusted, but make sure that you make note of that. The breakdown of everything for the course is listed here in the syllabus. Make sure you understand the grading policy and the assignments that are listed. Make sure that you understand how the grades in terms of I, W, S, and W are included in here. Also the N grade. That means you can be removed from the course for non-attendance, but you're still responsible for tuition. All assignments have to be, as far as we're concerned, Microsoft Word documents. I do think that Google Docs can process through the system, but I can't guarantee that. So make sure if you put in anything else besides a Microsoft Word document, that it's exported as Word. Submissions, all of them must go through the OCC our drop boxes here through the assignments that are posted under these assignment schedules, or as I said, right here on the course home, you can click on the drop boxes and submit them right through there as you're doing the work. The main thing is to remember they have to all be online submissions. I don't accept anything through email and nothing handwritten. Everything must be through those. The main thing through contact, make sure you've read all this about these academic honesty agreement things and everything else. Tutoring for the semester is listed on here. It's also going to be up here under your student services for Academic Support Center. I'll be referring to those throughout the term. And then attendance, if you're face-to-face, this applies. If you're online, it applies as well, but in a different way if I don't get gradable work. Okay? See you guys in the